Greetings, class. This is Mrs. McCoy, and this is our homework for lesson 3. Yeah, lesson 3. And I would recommend having the notes page out because part of what I want you doing is employing those rules that we did as part of lesson 3 um, in these problems and identifying them. So this will help you to better connect to those rules and be able to apply them. So when you look at a problem and I'm asking you to use the rules to rewrite and possibly simplify, we are, of course, trying to identify what's the initial operation, which in this case is product. And of course, you can show that as multiplication. And we want to rewrite it as the sum or as addition. So our first step is log base 2 of 8 plus log base 2 of 6. And let's see, this was rule A. Now, I did say simplify completely, and ideally I should have given you another answer blank here, because we can come in here recognizing that 8 is 2 to the third. Now, log base 2 of 6, there's not anything we can do short of going to decimal, but we do know that based on rule I, which is power to product, that we could simplify this as 3 plus. Oops, I don't have enough room there. Let's just bring it down a little bit. As 3 plus log base 2 of 6. So that's what I would be looking for the 2 steps in that problem. My next one, subtraction. So start with our original operation, and we're going to rewrite it as quotient rule, or subtraction to division. And so they have the same base, which of course is part of the process. And we can simplify that because 16 divided by 2 is 8. There's not anything else that I can do as part of that, short of going to decimal form. And we'd use change of base rule to do that. So this one was our rule D. Our next one, we have an exponent, and we rewrite that as a product. And so shortcut, we could do like that. And our exponent rule written as a product we know is rule E. And we're simply going to rewrite this as log of x. We know it's understood to be base 10. So 5 times, that's understood times there. Log base 10 of x, common log of x, can be read either way. Next one, we have quotient first. So we have division, which we're going to rewrite as subtraction. So division is subtraction. Log base b has to be in both. And because it is log base b, there's not anything else I could do to this one. And so quotient rule is C. That goes to subtraction. Okay. My next one also uses quotient rule, but it is going to have an extra step as part of it. So both base 5, subtraction gets rewritten as quotient. So that one is rule D, the opposite of the one we just did. I think I said same before. It's not the same. It's using the opposite rule. But anyway. And in this one, we can simplify. And then this has a shortcut rule that says log of any base as long as it's greater than 0 and not 1, of 1 always equals 0. And so that rule was rule G. So we had D and then G, and that looks like a P. I'm going to fix that. You know, and it just occurred to me, I didn't check my volume. Let's see. Oh, it is kind of low. That figures. Okay, hopefully that's better for the rest of it. All right, next one, we have our power rule. So we have rule E. And notice that I did write it as common log E of E. Oops, and it's supposed to be n times that. And we know that if the base and what I'm taking the log of are the same, that simplifies to 1. So that one was rule H. And n times 1 would just be n. So we had power. Oops, that's not how you spell power. Got those letters all backwards. Power to product. And then we'll just call this one a shortcut. Or base n. I guess that's the easiest way to say it. It's just one of our shortcut rules. All right, number 7, we know that we first need to rewrite this and take it from radical form to rational exponent form. And then we can see, similar to the one above, power to product. So we're going to have 1/2 times log base 3 of x. And so there's not anything else we can do there. So just our power, well, rewrite and our power rule. Next one, we have sum. And we're going to rewrite it as a product. So that one is rule B. So we're going to have log base 3 of x times x plus 8. And we would want to distribute that. We do still need the parentheses, and that would give me x squared plus, whoops. So I'm trying to cram that in there. That would give us log base 3 of x squared plus 8x. And that does need to be in the parentheses. Rule 9 says that we have product, and we want to go back to power. So that would be rule F. And that would give me log base B of 2 to the 7th. We can simplify that. And let's see, 2 to the 7th. 2, let's see, raised to the power of 7 gives us 128. So log base B of 128, and we would be expected to do that simplifying. Okay, my next one is correct way to rewrite. And so in this one, we're trying to look and pick out our correct answer. And I think I forgot to tell you that there are actually 2 correct answers here. Because we could simplify. All right, so we can't rewrite division just as subtraction, so that would be incorrect. We can't split it into 2 of those. That looks more like change of base rule, but we can rewrite it as quotient to subtraction. So 2 correct answers with different rules or different reasons for working them. Okay, next one is one of those common mistakes. Determine whether it's true or false. we don't have any rule that allows us to to take a problem like this and simplify it. We do know that we could, if it was this, that does simplify to log base 3 of 5. So thinking in terms of what do we know simplifies, and then where do we not want to confuse things. Okay, and this was pretty much the same as the page before, but I've listed out the 4 possible rules that are going to be used. So we know that we have subtraction that gets rewritten as quotient rule. So we've got our quotient property as our first step. Log base 2 of x over x. We would then simplify. And then we know that log of any base other than negative number or 1, greater than 0, not equal to 1, but taking the log of 1 always equals 0. So this one would have been d, or actually I guess lowercase d. Here we've got product, subtraction goes back to quotient, product. We want to do the product to power rule first. So we've got our power property, and this was subtraction, so quotient. And on the front page, we looked at it more like, what is it now, and what does it go to? Wrong way, sorry. So this is product to power, and then subtraction to quotient. So if we want to break those names down a little bit more, I think that helps. Our first step, log base 2 of x to the 6 minus log base 2 of y to the 3rd. And because they are both base 2, I can rewrite, and because the y and the 6 are different variables, that's all I can do. And so this one was, what did we say, product and then quotient, so C. Oh no, I said B, didn't I? Power and then quotient. Product, yes, okay, so it is B. I think one of the things vocabulary-wise that gets confusing is this is product to power, and then there's a rule that is a product rule, and that's product goes to sum. So we do want to make sure that we are being careful of that. All right, and then the last one. Again, we have for product to power, so power rule, and then sum to product. So this one's going to be A. Oh goodness. I don't know why I keep managing to be just enough off of that to draw all over. And again, that first step, rewrite using product to power, and then sum to product. So we know that's going to be understood to be times both log base 2. And we have one extra step. We can simplify, because we generally don't work with the fraction powers. So we could rewrite that. I guess it's more common that we show the radical as opposed to the rational exponent. So we could go back to the radical. I would have accepted that one either way, whether you stopped here or whether you went to here. All right, that wraps up that homework assignment. Hope that helps.